1844. The telegraph emerged as an innovative means of communication that impacted the history of America during a time when the Industrial Revolution was radically transforming the country. Alongside other great inventions and steam-powered machines, the telegraph was born out of the need to improve logistics and instant communication. Invented by Samuel Morse and later perfected by Alfred Bell, the electric telegraph emerged as a brilliant medium. During his travel to Europe, Morse observed the railway logistics and the telegraph systems in use at the time, which inspired him to create his own one that was even more interesting. He used items he had in his apartment to invent the first electromagnetic telegraph. A telegraph is basically an electromagnet operated remotely. It has an ingenious mechanism and uses wires and the famous Morse code to send messages from one point to another. In this way, communication was more effective and faster than any other method at the time. Samuel Morse introduced his invention to the public through a series of demonstrations in both New York and Washington, D.C., aiming to showcase the effectiveness of his electric telegraph system. These exhibitions played a key role in gaining the support of the United States Congress, which eventually granted him $30,000 to build an experimental telegraph line between Washington and Baltimore. With the help of engineer Ezra Cornell, the line was installed using overhead wires supported by poles. Finally, on May 24, 1844, Morse sent the first official telegraph message from the Supreme Court chamber in the Capitol of a railroad station in Baltimore. The message, "What had got robbed?" was successfully received, marking a historic moment and proving to the public and the government the enormous potential of the telegraph as a revolutionary means of communication. Shortly after, the Pacific Railway Act of 1862, signed by President Abraham Lincoln, authorized the construction of the first transcontinental railroad along with the telegraph line extending from the Missouri River to the Pacific Ocean. This legislation recognized the telegraph as an essential infrastructure, granting companies the right to build and maintain telegraph lines alongside the railroad tracks. These lines were crucial for the rapid transmission of mail, military orders, and government communications during the Civil War and in the years that followed. The act demonstrates how the federal government actively supported both transportation and instant communication networks as a part of the effort to expand and unify the nation. Many of the technological innovations of the era, such as railroads, steamboats, and canals, were ultimately supported by the growing telegraph network. As the telegraph became a central tool for logistics and coordination, it allowed distant regions to communicate almost instantly, which in turn helped to reduce delays, connect markets, and improve the efficiency of the trade and transportation. This improved communication infrastructure played a key role in stimulating economic development throughout the country.